The Heavy Disruptor build is a heavy melee build focused on disrupting your targets through staggers, slows and knockdowns through use of a sword and a shield and a flail and shield. This build is especially effective against mages and is a perfect counter to the popular Burnanator firestaff. This build is also useful to help lock down healers and is a great way at pushing the enemy's back line or fighting in the clumps. To start things off, we have our shield. We are using the artifact kite shield, Michael. Michael comes with the unique perk Refreshing Cleanse, reducing our cooldowns by 5% and causing us to lose 1 debuff on block. This perk is one of the main reasons this build can be so effective against dot builds such as the Burnanator. Simply block some attacks and watch that burn damage disappear. Michael comes with counter attack, healing defense and lifestealing. For the final perk, we've added Mending Vortex for some extra healing. For our sword, we're using Jackalope Antler. This comes with the perks Keen Speed and Empowering Leap and Strike. For the final perk, we have Vicious. As we are in a heavy loadout, Keen Speed is great at allowing us to keep up with our targets. For our flail, we are using Cleansing Whip. This comes with the perk Plagued Strikes and Flame Attunement. For the final perk, we have Burdening Smite. Burdening Smite is great to help us lock down opponents, extending the cooldowns of key healer and mage skills. It's also recently received a small buff, causing Smite to have some armor penetration. Through the use of both a sword and a flail, we will always have Michael in hand, allowing us to block and remove debuffs whenever needed. Onto our armor, we are using a full set of the heavy Frigid Dawn set. These all come with Elemental Aversion and Enchanted Ward. For the final perk, we've added Slash Conditioning on 4 pieces and Contagious Upheaval on 1. Overall, through use of heavy armor with 5 Elemental Aversion and 5 Enchanted Ward, this build has great survivability. For our amulet, we are using health, thrust protection and stamina recovery. For our ring, we are using hearty, slash damage and leeching. And for our earring, we're using Refreshing Toast, Regenerating and Purifying Toast. Overall, this build has 3 main ways to remove debuffs through use of Michael, Contagious Upheaval and Purifying Toast, providing us with great counters to dot damage. For our gems and resistances, we are running opals in all of our armor and our ring, a ruby in our earring, and a moonstone in our amulet. Overall, this puts our resistances at 5 for slash, 15 for thrust, 21 for fire, and 15 for the remaining elements. Slash conditioning plays a key role here, allowing us to mainly use opals in our armor, as once we take some slash damage, the slash conditioning will kick in, boosting us up to 25% slash resistance. On to the attributes. We are running 350 strength, 50 focus, and 200 con. Strength is the primary attribute for both of our weapons, with 350 strength providing us with plus 10% damage to abilities. 50 focus provides us some extra healing and boosts our flail damage. 200 strength provides a strong health pool and boosts our armor. Onto the skill trees. For the sword, we are using Upheaval, Leap and Strike, and Shield Rush. Upheaval provides us with big damage, and thanks to the perk on our armor, transfers 2 debuffs. This is especially good against firestaffs, allowing us to send those burn stacks right back at them. Leap and Strike provides mobility, allowing us to gap those, staggers, and slows. Shield Rush provides more stagger, slows, and also weakens. A key passive, Critical Precision, provides us with 20% haste on crit. Combined with Keen Speed on our sword, this provides us with the mobility we need to stay on targets whilst in heavy armor. For our flail, we are using Arcane Smite, Arcane Vortex, and Trip. Smite provides damage, damage over time, and weaken. One of the upgrades to Arcane Smite, Ironclad Superiority, causes Smite to have a different effect dependent on the type of shield that you're using. As we are using a kite shield, this also causes Smite to stagger. Arcane Vortex provides damage, empower, roots enemies, cleanses crowd control, and provides haste. Trip provides damage, knockdown, rend, and fortify. The final upgrade to Trip, Destabilize, is classed as a heavy attack. This means it will trigger the Plague Strikes on our Flail, inflicting disease, and the Cursed Flailment passive on our skill tree, cleansing a debuff, and inflicting damage over time and weaken. Overall, this build provides high survivability and amazing crowd control, with 5 out of our 6 skills causing either stagger, knockdown, or root. This makes it great for locking down enemies. And, with multiple ways to remove debuffs, this build is great against Burnanator and other dot builds. That's it for the video. If you have any questions, drop us a comment below. Thanks for watching.